Right, guys, so slightly different area we're going to be doing the workout from today. We couldn't make it over to the gym, so we've set it up here. If you can still hear me correctly, then just drop me a message saying everything's okay. If you can't hear me, obviously you're going to have to type in the comments to let me know. I'll come over and have a look in a second. The workout's going to be very similar. We're doing a circuit-based workout, body weight stuff. We're going to do some mobility. We're going to do some heart rate raises to start. Hopefully by now you'll have done most of these exercises already. If you haven't done any of the exercises, then just pop a message in there. Okay, I'll come over periodically and look at the comments which are going on the YouTube channel. But Mr. Thomas, I think, is with us again today. So anything you've got for Mr. Thomas, just pop a message in there as well. Last time we're doing this, because I think as of next week we'll be coming back in. So from the Monday and Wednesday next week we'll be coming back in and doing our usual sessions outdoors. Okay, so you've got 30 seconds. You want to grab yourself a drink, find yourself a space. Remember, you need 2 meters in front, behind, to the left and to the right, and we'll be starting in 30 seconds time. Okay. Right, guys, so bodyweight warm-ups. Sorry, guys, not sure what happened there. I think we had a couple of connectivity issues, but we should be back on now. We should be back on. So we're going to start by doing 30 seconds jumping jacks. So as soon as this buzzer goes, you're going straight into jumping jacks, okay? Ready? Let's go. So 30 seconds up onto the balls of your feet, keeping the heels off the ground. Good stuff. Okay. Keep that going for me until the buzzer goes. Just make sure you can hear this. I'm going to turn the volume up. There we go. Another 5 seconds. Once that finishes, you're going to have 15 seconds to rest. Then you're going to go 30 seconds squats. Okay, so normal bodyweight squats. You want chest up, shoulders back. Weight going just in front of the heels. We're keeping the heels down whilst we are squatting. 2, 1, let's go. So bodyweight squats now, 30 seconds worth. Core tight, chest up, shoulders back. So from the side there, you can see torso is staying upright. Okay, we're not folding through the back, same as every week. And we'll make sure that our knee travels out over the feet. Our knee is not falling in line. Okay, 15 seconds, keep going. Last 5. Good stuff. Okay. 10 seconds to rest. The next one, we're going to come down into mountain climbers. Then we're going into V-sits after that. So mountain climbers, drive the floor away, sweep your knees up and underneath. Keep your core tight. You want your hips at the same height as your shoulders. So we're keeping what we call a neutral spine position. And then we are going to crack on as soon as buzzer goes. Let's go. So you've got 20 seconds left of this one. Good stuff. So mountain climbers, as many as you can. So you're bringing right knee up to right elbow and left up to left. 10 seconds left. Keep going. Good stuff. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay. So 15 seconds to rest. You're now going to come down to the floor. We are going to be sitting down. Feet are going straight up. Trying to get our legs as straight as possible. We're going to sit up and touch toes as many times as we can in this 30 seconds. Let's go. Time's on. Trying to bring chest into knees and keeping legs as straight as possible. Okay, keep going with that 15 seconds. Once you've done this round, that is the first set done. So they're the 4 exercises, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. And we're going to do it 3 times in a row, okay? You've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest there. Good stuff. So 15 seconds to rest. Then we're back and repeating all the way through. So jumping jacks, squats, mountain climbers, and then V-sits. Okay, 5 seconds. I'll figure out why this timer's not making any noise in a minute. Okay, let's go. Balls of the feet again. Jumping jacks for 30 seconds. Don't let your heels touch the ground. And keep going for another 15 seconds. Good work. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds to rest. Squats next. 10 seconds. Get some air in. Second time through now, so we should be going a little bit faster. Trying to get the volume up. A few more reps than we were on the first set. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Normal squats. Okay, so we want you to get your hips down below knees if you can. However, if your back is flexing here at the bottom, you're going a little bit too low. So we want to try and make sure you keep a neutral spine position first. Okay, so get your torso in the correct position. If that allows you to sit all the way into the squat, then great. If it doesn't, and you find that your back starts going or your heels come off and you're onto your toes, then just go as deep as your body allows you. Okay, 5 seconds left. Keep going. Mountain climbers next, remember. Second time through. 15 seconds rest. Okay, a little bit of a faster pace for your mountain climbers this time. So really trying to drive knees all the way up to chest and consistently driving the floor away with your hands as well. 2, 1, let's go. Knees coming all the way up, firing through. Good stuff. Making sure that when you're in that fully flexed position with your front knee, your toe is remaining off the floor, okay? Like I keep saying, we're not doing spider climbers, which is when you bring your foot up and that makes contact with the floor. We're keeping it off the floor at all times. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice, okay? V-sits for the second time. So that's you on your back, legs up straight, sit up, touch your toes as many times as you can. You're looking at bringing your chest into your knees, okay? So 5 seconds. Wherever you start with your legs here, I want you to keep that position, okay? So let's go. Try not to bend your knees any more than when you start. So fix that position in. Bring your chest up to shins. 15 seconds to go. Keep it up. Nice work. Okay, this is coming up to the end of the second set. We're doing it all again after this, so repeating all 4 exercises for a third time before we're going to move on. 1 time. Okay, second one done. 15 seconds to rest. We're coming in again with jumping jacks when the buzzer goes. Third and final time we're going to do this now, so let's get the pace up a little bit faster, a little bit quicker from the start. Straight into squats as your second one. Let's go. So faster pace. Good stuff. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Keep going, guys. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Okay, little rest. Squats is your second one coming through. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So chest up, pin shoulders together, dropping hips down. And remember, we don't want our knees falling in inside your feet. We want to make sure you're driving them out over the top of the toes. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Keep it up. 15 seconds. Okay, guys, make sure you've got enough space when you're doing all of these exercises. As always, you want 2 meters in front, behind, to the left and to the right. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Okay, 15 seconds to get down into that mountain climber position. Driving floor away, core engaged as always, and breathing throughout. So we're sweeping knees underneath, trying to get them all the way up. Don't have a bend in your elbow. So we see a lot of people doing this, bending their elbow slightly. Let's go. Make sure we are extending at the elbow and we're strong in that position. Okay, so from there, driving floor away. Don't let shoulder blades retract there. We're here and then sweeping underneath and up. Good stuff. Okay, 15 seconds. You keep going with that. 10 seconds. Nice. Okay. Rest there. Okay. Final round of this heart rate raiser. We're going on your backs, V-sits, 30 seconds worth. Okay, get some air in your lungs, as many as you can. So pointing toes up, there, sit up, touch toes, 30 seconds worth, let's go. 25 seconds, okay? As many as you can now. Once this buzzer goes for the 4th time, we're gonna have a minute rest, and that is time for you to go and grab yourselves a drink, loosen up, stretch off, and come back and find your space after that, okay? So keep going all the way until this timer ends. Got another 10 seconds, and then we're gonna stop. Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Good work, guys. So you're going to have 1 minute, grab a drink, then we're going to jump back on and we're going to do some mobility exercises. Good work. Okay, 10 seconds, everyone, then we're going to jump back on. Okay, let's go. So we are keeping the same timer here, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. We're going to do some mobility drills now. So 3 different exercises to start. So we're going to go squat into hinge, then we're going to go inchworms, and then we're going to do Spider-Man. Hopefully you've done these before. If not, I'll be doing them with you. I'm trying to do a little bit of technique and critiquing that whilst we're doing it as well. Okay, so find back where you were. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. So first one, we're going to go normal bodyweight squat and then into our hip hinge. Okay, and again, normal bodyweight squat and hip hinge. With that hinge, what we're looking at is that your knee bend remains consistent and your chest is coming over toes. We're keeping our back in a neutral position. That's super important. So from there, driving over, drop down, and drive over. Okay, keep going for 10 seconds. Should be feeling that hinge down hamstrings, maybe all the way down to calves as well. But we're really focusing on keeping that back nice and straight, particularly lower back extending. Okay, next one we're going to do inchworms. We're going to hinge down to floor, and then we're going to walk ourselves out. So buzzer is going to go in 5 seconds. We're going to walk out to horizontal, which is straight arm plank, and then come back up. So from here, hinge down, walk yourself here. Now, push yourself back up and stand. Okay, and again, I'm going to walk out there and back up. You're going to pause for about a second at the bottom. So in this position here, we're pausing, driving back up, and then coming to a stand all the way down and through. Nice active way to mobilize hamstring area, posterior, all around that hip complex as well. Time there, good stuff. Next one, spider bend. So press up position on the floor. We're going to sweep a foot round, drop it so our heel and foot is flat on the floor in line with the hand on the same side. We then sweep it back and we swap to the other side, keeping the trailing leg as straight as possible. So from there, bring it around here, drop, replace. And you're just going to spend about a second in each kind of side there, just sitting into the hip, okay? And then swapping over, trying to go a little bit further each time, making sure that this foot is flat. If you need to go a little bit shorter on that movement, that's fine. If you can come all the way up in line with the hand, then do so, okay? Good stuff. 5 seconds, keep going with that. Then we'll be finished with our once round. Good, 15 seconds rest. We're going to go again with those 3 exercises, just finish the end of the warm-up, okay? Then we'll be moving on to our main circuit today. So squat into hip hinge in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Normal squat, hinge forward. There we go. Nice. So we're just trying to mobilize posterior chain again, hamstrings. The idea behind all of these mobility exercises is that we are priming the joints, which we're then going to use in the main part of the workout coming up. 3, 2, 1. Stop there. Good stuff. Okay, now we're going inchworms again from the other side. You'll see we're going to go hinge down to floor, walk yourself out, take a second there, walk yourself back up. You're trying to keep knee bend consistent through the whole movement. Let's go. 30 seconds on. So we are not squatting to the floor. We're hinging to the floor. Knee bend remains consistent through all of that movement. And then we walk ourselves out on our hands here, walking out. Pause, back up, and stand. Again, feeling through that hip complex, the back of it, okay? 10 seconds to go. And then we've just got our Spider-Man again for the second time before we move on with the rest of the workout. 3, 2, 1, time there, good stuff. So from the other side, Spider-Man, press up position, bring your foot round in line, try and keep trailing leg as straight as possible, and then sink into the hips there, replace, and then swap over to the other side. Just trying to mobilize that hip complex, particularly what we call the adductors here, which run in inside your hamstring, inside of the thigh, and making sure that it allows us to squat. And when we come on and do things like jump lunges, a little bit easier, we get into that position which we need to get into. Good. Okay, you've got 10 seconds left. When this buzzer goes, you're going to have another minute to rest. You're going to grab yourselves a drink. Then I'll explain the main body of today's workout. So 3, 2, 1, time there. Okay, so 1 minute, grab yourselves a drink, and then jump back on where you were. Good work. Okay, 20 seconds, everyone, then we're going to jump back on. Okay, so jump back wherever you were doing your workout, jump back and find your space. I'm going to explain what's coming next. Okay, here we go. So I've just set the timer to be on for 1 minute on and 20 seconds rest. Now we're going to do a basic circuit structure today. The majority is going to be body weight. We are going to use things like our chair here as well. We've got 9 different exercises, 9 lots of 1 minute with 20 seconds rest. Now, what I want you to make sure you're doing is throughout this minute is pacing yourselves that when you finish, we're actually going to increase the pace at which we are working out at. Okay, so I don't want you kind of coasting and then falling off the cliff. I want you working hard, and then I'll always try and give you the last 10 seconds, and it's the last 10 seconds. I want you to almost increase the pace that you are working at. Okay, so jump back where you are. We're going to start off with a chair squat. So that's why I've got a chair here. So I want you to grab a chair if you've got a chair in the room. If not, use anything which is a height that you can squat to. Okay, it's just something we're going to use for reference, right? So when we do squat down, we're just going to tap the chair and drive up. We're not using it to sit on and take all of our weight. We're just going to use it for reference, tap and drive up. Okay, we've got 1 minute of those, and then I will move the chair out the way and tell you what's coming next. Okay, we've got sounds on the timer now. That's good. So 1 minute on, drop down, tap and up. Okay, hopefully what you're noticing here is my core is staying nice and controlled. Always thinking about core nice and tight, knees out over feet, chest up, shoulders back, and keeping what we call a neutral torso position. All right, knees are firing out over feet again. We're not letting those fall in, and I'm keeping a consistent pace, right? So I want you to keep this consistent pace the whole time you're doing this, all right? When I give you last 10 seconds, we're going to speed it up. But until that last 10 seconds, we're not going to slow down at all. So keep going, squat into that height, but do not let it take all of your weight, because obviously that's going to remove the tension from your muscles, meaning you're not working as hard, you're not getting as much from it. Okay, so keep going. You've got 15 seconds left. When it's last 10, we're going to push the pace. Ready? So last 10 seconds now, you're going to try and go a little bit faster. Again, just using it for reference, so you tap in and going. Okay, 3, 2, 1, time. Well done. 20 seconds to rest. Now, next exercise is going to be reverse lunges. I want you to do reverse lunges, and then when I say last 10, if you can, we're going to go into jump lunges. Now, reverse lunges means step back, drop down, I want you to keep the back knee just off the floor if you can. We're going to bend both knees and we're dropping back onto the toe. So there, replace, swap, go the other side, okay? Again, we're looking at torso, we're looking at core, chest up, shoulders back. We're not folding through the spine when we're doing this. We're staying nice and upright, and we are thinking about the muscles through the core. We can let the front knee travel forward. We don't want it going too far, but it can go to in line with toe, okay? Heel, we want remaining in contact with floor. Weight distribution, about an inch in front of the heel. All right, on the back foot, toe goes down and we bend knee. Don't try and keep a straight leg at the back. Make sure you're bending the back knee. And you're bending both knees to about 90 degrees. Okay, both knees bend at the same time. Replace, drop back. Okay, 60% of your weight at least on the front leg. When it gets to 10 seconds, we're going to go jump lunges if you can. If not, just continue with normal. Ready? Let's go. So for jump lunges, both feet leave and land at the same time. Cores engaged, chest up, shoulders back, and weight distribution just in front of the foot. Rest there. 20 seconds, okay? I'm not checking my Facebook. I'm looking at the next exercises we're doing. So the next one is not movement. It's a straight arm plank. We're just going to hold it for the whole minute. Drive the floor away and making sure that hands are stacked below shoulders. So here, there. So hands are below shoulders in line with chest, not out in front. We're here, consistently driving the floor away. So we're not letting our shoulders retract and hips hang. We're pushing against the floor, and then we're maintaining our breathing. So nice regulation with the breathing, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out at least. We want straightening of the legs. Don't go bending your knees down. You want hips at about the same height as shoulders, but something that gives you that neutral spine position. So when we say neutral spine, we mean how your back would be, how your spine would be if you were standing up, essentially. We don't want it too flexed. We don't want it bowed into the floor. 20 seconds left. You hold tight. Just driving the floor away. Those of you with really strong cores, you'll use this as a bit of a rest, get some air back in your lungs. Those of you who haven't got the strongest cores, this is going to be really tough as well. Okay, 5 seconds. 2, 1. Good. Right. Down up's next. That's the burpee without your chest touching, and we don't have to jump. Okay, so we're just going to jump back here and stand up. That's 1 down up. Jump back and stand up. That's 2. So we've got 1 minute of those, making sure we're strong in that bottom position. Okay, you start when the buzzer goes. Keep going, even if I start explaining. Okay, so we're going to jump back and stand. Okay, then we go down and stand, making sure we are standing up nice and straight, and making sure we are horizontal at the bottom, so our legs are extended. All right, when I say strong in the bottom position, I mean here. I don't want you to drop down and then throw back up. Okay, I want you to be strong through the glutes and through the core here. So we're stopping and then jumping back up there. Ideally, do it in that single movement. So we jump straight back to stand. Might make it a bit easier for you if your feet are a bit wider. So if you look at my feet here, wider to stand, jump back, wider to stand. You might find that a bit easier. If mobility is good, might not be an issue at all. You can just stand straight up and jump to it. Okay, 10 seconds. Speed it up for me. Keep going. Buzzer goes. You stop. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Okay, rest there. Next exercise, side lunges. So we're going to start by stepping out with our left foot. We bend the left knee. The right leg, the trailing leg, remains straight. To do that, we need to drop our hips back. Replace, other side. Replace, other side, okay? You start that. I'm going to explain what I mean by straight leg. So you start going. If you look at me from the side here, I drop my hips back. That allows me to keep that leg straight. If I don't do that, it's going to be much harder to keep that leg straight, okay? So we shift our hips to posterior, drop each side, okay? Good, right? Bend that knee that you step out with over the toe. Again, don't let it travel too far forward. We want to make sure that your heel remains in contact with the floor. Weight distribution just in front of the heel, okay? So mid-foot, really. Mid-foot as long as your heel is staying down. Keep going. We want to make sure that the core, as always, is engaged. So when I'm here, I'm still keeping that neutral spine. I'm not bending here, not bending over the chest, keeping everything as it should be in that neutral spine position. Okay, 10 seconds. Keep going. You go until the buzzer stops. Good, okay. Another core one now for the next minute, shoulder taps. So starting that straight arm plank position, right hand comes and taps left shoulder, replace, and left to right. Whenever we do these, we make sure we don't compensate through the hip, okay? So we're resisting your body's urge to rotate through the hips, which makes it really, really tough and really good for the core. So there, and replace, there. Hopefully you'll notice my hips aren't doing that. Okay, that's what your body wants to do. It wants to compensate by rocking through the hip there. We're keeping it nice and controlled. Tap, replace. Okay, so from the side view, driving floor away with hands, tap, replace. There, replace. There, replace. Good. Good. Okay, every time you take one hand off, it leaves you with 3 points of contact, the other hand and your 2 feet. What I like to think in my head is drive through all 3 points of contact. And that way I tend to be able to keep my core nice and engaged and prevent that rotation. Okay, so that's what we're doing here is anti-rotation. We're resisting your body's urge to rotate through the hips. Good stuff. Okay, this is round 6. We've got 3 left after this. Last 3 are going to be a bit tougher. Good. Okay, so first one's burpees. 2 options for you. If you're feeling particularly fit today, we're going to go chest down to floor, and then we're going to jump up, okay? Beware of low ceilings. I might go through the roof here if I jump properly. Try not to hit the light on the ceiling, okay? So when that buzzer goes, start that. If you don't want to go chest to floor, just go straight arm and then jump up. So it's like those down ups, but we are going to put the jump on it. Make sure when you're jumping, your body's in a nice vertical position. Okay, so from here we jump back and then jump up. Okay, we're nice and vertical. And then when we land back from the jump, you're thinking about midfoot again. So landing and then softening straight into the next rep, right? So if you're still going chest down, we go here, jump, and then we soften and then land straight into the next rep. Never land straight. It's going to put too much pressure going through the knee, hip, ankle, all of those joints. We make sure we mobilize at the start of the exercise. 20 seconds left, speed it up for me. Remember, we never finish slow, okay? We never fall off the cliff. We keep going, and if you can, last 10 seconds, really pick the pace up. Okay, coming up. 5 seconds, that's another 2, come on. Time there, good. Okay, 2 more exercises. First one, squat thrusts. Second one is going to be plank jumps, and I'll show you what they are. So squat thrust is back into this position, press up position, jump your knees up to your chest and then fully out straight. Try and get your knees all the way up without lifting your hips too high in the air, okay? Bend your knees underneath the body and then jump straight into the next one. Let's go, minutes on. So try not to do it here. We're trying to bend knees under and then fully extend them out, okay? You're going to feel your core working a lot when you do these, and they're tough, okay? A minute of these is tough. So set yourself that pace, okay? Try not to go too fast at the start because we want you to be consistent with this for the full minute, okay? And if possible, that last 10 seconds, we want you to actually increase the pace, pushing all the way to the end of this minute, okay? 30 seconds gone, 30 seconds to go. Hopefully you're still working. If you need to grab a rest when you're doing any of these minutes, take it for long enough that you can return for a reasonable amount of time. Okay, there's no point start, stop, start, 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 stop. If it's getting too tough, take 10 seconds, get a few deep breaths in, and then crack on so that you can finish a reasonable amount of reps. Right, last 10 now, speed yourselves up before our last minute of the workout. 2, 1, rest there, good stuff. Okay, so next one, we're going plank position. Again, jumping our feet from a narrow stance to a wide stance, okay? So from here, straight arms, from here, jump out, and then in, and then out, and then in. We're trying to make sure everything remains nice and fixed in its position where you start at, so drive through the floor with the upper body. Core nice and engaged, jumping out and in, there. So it's about a foot, I'm going either side. About 12 inches each foot, driving right, driving left, and trying not to pick my hips up and down, trying not to bend my knees as much. We're keeping that nice straight position through the body, that nice neutral spine, and we're just doing as many as we can. This gets tough quite quickly. You've got 40 seconds to go. So we're going out and in. Keep going there. Nice work, everyone. 30 seconds to go. Last minute of this workout, well, this main part of the workout. we are going to do some stretching and mobility to finish after this. So we've got about 5 or 6 minutes left after this. But you're going to have a minute to rest and grab a drink once this buzzer goes, okay? 15 seconds left. Last 10, I'm nearly there. Speed up if you can. 3, 2, 1, time. Well done, guys. 1 minute, grab a drink, loosen off, okay? That's the hard part done. When you come back, we're just going to go through some hip openers to finish, stretches that we can do before and after each session. It'll take about 5 minutes. If you want to continue to stretch after that, then do so, okay? Grab yourselves a drink and then jump back on. Good work. Thirty seconds, guys. Okay, 15 seconds, then we are going to start. So we're going to put a timer on here for 30 seconds, everyone. We're going to do 3 hip openers on each side, okay? So the first one is going to be what we call kneeling hip flexor. Our right knee is going to be at the back, our left foot forward, and we're going to drive with that back glute, okay? So time is coming on in 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you'll have done these before. So knee, hip, and shoulder in a straight line. If you're going to come forward, keep that straight line. Don't extend the back and compress the spine, okay? We tense this glute, we drive forward, we feel it down the hip flexor on the trailing side. Front knee at 90 degrees, we can use that for a little bit of balance if we want, but we're mainly focusing here, really driving forward. 10 seconds more, then we're going to get into position for our next one, which is going to involve our front foot going forward and our knee coming back. Good, drive the front foot forward, take that knee back. So we've got a bigger gap between foot and knee. We're now going to let our hips drive down, and we're going to have our front foot and our front hand together. We're going to use our elbow into that front knee and drive it out. Other hand is here for stabilization, for balance, okay? We're working on the adductors, which are the muscles coming here. So adduction, back to your anatomy, that's when you're bringing something into the center line of your body. That's what these muscles do. When you're dropping hips down and driving front knee out, you're really working those. Still thinking about that back glute tensing, and you should feel that all the way through the hip complex. Good. Next one, pigeon stretch. Front foot comes to the inside, knee goes to the outside, drop your hips down, okay? You can let your back knee travel as far back as you want it to and drop, okay? Now, the idea here is that hips are all the way into the floor. As you can see, I'm not particularly flexible here, so this is for your glutes. My glute on this side is particularly inflexible. You can come down with it here if you want, if you feel like you're doing a little bit more that way. If you are able to get your hips all the way down to the floor, try and get this foot up so you have a 90-degree bend at that front knee. Okay, this is a good one. For a lot of people, we are tight around the glute, particularly this posterior part of your hip complex. Good. Up onto the other side. So now it's my left knee down. In fact, I'll do it from this side so you can see what it's like from the other angle. Same thing, tense the back glute, 90 degree at the front knee. We can use this for support. If I do come forward with it, then I make sure that I keep a straight line from shoulder through hip through knee. I'm not compressing lower back, really important. Good. Core always engaged, okay? So even though this is a cool down part of the warm-up, cool down part of the workout, it's really important to kind of get used to good habits, right? So keep your core engaged, even when you're doing this, so tighten up those muscles. It's always a good habit to get into. Front foot further forward, take that knee back. And now, what I mean, front hand onto the instep, drive elbow into front knee. And you see how it pushes that knee out to the side and almost opens up a bit of room for my hips to drop down in that position. Super important. Okay, another tip here. That front foot, keep it flat on the floor. Don't let it fall to the outside there. Okay, so you're driving through the instep into the floor. Keep your knee firing out. Adductors, so you should be feeling this, to be honest, all around the front part of the hip complex, so what we call the anterior portion of your hip complex. All around the groin and inside. So, foot to the inside, knee to the outside. We're going to drop down here for the next one. I'm trying to work down. I'm a little bit more flexible on this side. Don't ask me why. But it allows me to get my hips almost into the ground. Yeah, like I say, if you are completely flat with the hips, then make sure you can try and get this front knee almost at a right angle. Okay, super flexible if you can do that. Core tight. You can either hold yourself up like I am, or you can bring yourself down. Totally up to you, wherever you feel it more. 3, 2, 1, and time. Good stuff. Okay, so that's the end of the workout. You can take another 5-10 minutes if you want to continue to stretch, loosen up, or anything like that. I will see those of you who are back in next week. I'll see you on the Monday or the Wednesday. And we had some good news, obviously, from Boris, meaning that things like gyms can reopen again, so we can start getting back into our more regular training. Okay, well done today. Any questions, pop them in the comments, and we'll see you soon.